Well, guys, today is the day that we start building the 240. And I thought I was ready, but I'm not. Look at it. It's very intimidating. There's just so much to do. So I guess what I'm going to start with is I'm going to put it up on jack stands. I'm going to take the front end off. I'm going to take the skirts off, the exhaust off, the wheels off. And then after that, we'll get the drive shaft off and then start doing engine bay stuff. So, wish me luck. This is actually going really well. I mean, now that it's up on jack stands, it's a lot less intimidating. And, you know, I started to second guess why I paid so much for this car. And then I remembered when we worked on that. And, you know, like, everything is so nice. Like, all the bolts, like, I mean, I guess that looks kind of bad, but, like, I already unbolted that, but, like, everything's coming off so nicely. I haven't worked on this car in 6 months, so that was kind of intimidating, too, because I didn't know what to expect. But, like, because I ripped this thing apart so many times, like, right when I got it, it's all second nature. But, yeah, like, gosh, all the nuts and bolts are so nice. So I've been picking at it over the past couple days. I deleted the cruise control, took out the intake, coolant overflow, washer fluid, stuff like that, and I removed the rear sway bar, and I got the drive shaft out. I drained the coolant, the trans fluid. All I have to really do now is just the power steering and the engine oil. The back end actually wasn't too bad. It was actually really straightforward. All there was just the nuts or whatever that go into the drive shaft, into the diff, but those actually came out pretty easily. And then just like 2 nuts in the carrier bearing, and then there's like this like bar that goes across that also bolts to the bottom of the car that you just have to do, so that wasn't too bad. And I got all that done last night, so today all I would have to do is just engine bay stuff and trans mounts. So the one downside to having an unmolested 240 is there is so much extra crap that you have to pull out. I spent a good amount of the afternoon working on this. I got the trans mounts unbolted, so the jack is what's holding up the transmission. As you can see, I got the harness off, radiator, AC condenser, clutch fan, all the coolant stuff. I just drained the oil, drained the coolant. All I still have is to drain the power steering, unhook that, and then I should be able to like pull it out a little bit and then like unplug the last couple things that might be still plugged in. This definitely did not go as smoothly. No, I wouldn't say smoothly. The Honda was a really big pain, but there's just so much more stuff in this because the Honda already had the AC and stuff deleted, which I am going to delete the AC. I'll talk about that more sometime, but I'm going to leave the blower motor in so I can have heat, because in Wisconsin I can just have the windows down to be cooler, but like to be warmer at like a drift event, yeah, there's nothing I can really do about that. Engine bay is extremely dirty. I don't know if I pointed this out, like, why is there sand in here? And then like we go in there, down there. It's just crazy dirty. But yeah, there's not really, I don't know. I really don't know what else there is left. I got that side unbolted, and then I drained the oil, and I have to take the oil filter off so I can try to get that engine mount. And then once that's done, yeah, I'm gonna drain the power steering, and then in like a day or two, I will try to pull the rest of it out. And I have to undo the shifter still yet, but I work tomorrow, so like the day after, if I don't work, I will try to actually pull it out. Like I said, I was going to get this out today, and I somehow did. Very dirty. Another thing I want to point out is this lens is not very good in low light. Like when I'm filming at night, it's really like grainy, but then like during the day, like when it focuses. But engine bay, look at that. That is bad, but also kind of good, because then like no rust. But yeah, got it out. The only casualty was part of the trans harness. This boy broke, which I don't think is a big deal, because I'll probably be able to find another trans harness. If that's separate, I don't know. Haven't really played with it too much or messed with this. Probably gonna leave it like this until tomorrow, and then tomorrow I'll get a pressure washer, pressure wash all this out, all this off. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of sucked because there was a lot of stuff in the way. A lot of stuff that can be deleted, and I'm really going to try to clean up this engine bay, relocate the battery, relocate the fuse box, rip my perfect interior. I decided to take all this out because I'm going to have to take the dash out. When we do like harness stuff, I'm going to remove the airbag, because I guess sometimes when you hit a really big bump, it makes the airbag blow up, and I don't want to mess up my dash, and I also don't want my airbag to blow up, and it's some weight out of the car. But yeah, just a quick little update. They came over and helped me, even though you can't see them. They came over and helped, and somehow I was able to get it out in this little bit of space. In that little bit of space. But yeah, I don't know. Tomorrow we'll clean it up. So today I went and I picked up a power washer, and I washed out the engine bay the best I could. Like, there's just still like some grime that I can't really get off that I might have to scrub, but this is just what I got with the power washer. I couldn't really get down there, but like on that side I was able to. So I don't know, the rest I might have to like sand away or whatever. So I'm pretty much done power washing this. I might try to get like a little bit against the firewall some more. Wash the car off. I pulled the transmission off of the engine. Here's the clutch. Might be stock, I don't know. But next I'm going to power wash off the transmission and then set that aside. And then we're going to take off the flywheel and clutch, and then put the engine on the engine stand, start taking it apart. Took off the manifold, and I test fitted my ISR manifold. So that's looking pretty good. That fits. And I didn't really film much of me pulling it, because I know that that's not very entertaining to watch. It's not as cool as like actually putting the engine back in. So I didn't really film too much of that, but from here on out I'll probably film a lot more. And I didn't really like film time lapses of me pulling the engine, because it was just such a long process, along with I've been power washing this for a few hours, and by a few hours I mean like an hour and a half, 2 hours, I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know what I'm doing next. I guess I'm gonna power wash off the transmission. So I power washed off the transmission as much as I can. It does look a lot better. It's kind of dirty, but I think I'm just gonna paint over it as is. We stopped at AutoZone. I got some of this engine enamel aluminum stuff to paint this and the block. Hopefully this will be enough just to do the transmission. And when we were at AutoZone, Robert was kind enough to pick up this sick what do you call this?
I honestly don't know. It's like a sun visor thing. It's pretty sick. So now every time I park the car, I have to use this.
Here's the transmission now, ready to go back in the car. Has my Toge Factory short shifter, ISR poly trans mount. Look at how good that cross member is. Yeah, there's like no rust or anything. It's looking good. So yeah, that's all I was able to get done this weekend, even though I think this video started a week ago. What we got accomplished was we got the engine pulled, we got it cleaned out as best we could, at least for the grime, and then in the next video we're going to start pulling apart the KA. I think in between videos I'm going to take the clutch off and put it up on the engine stand so then I can fold this up, and then we'll do that because that has to go to the machine shop because it has to get bored and decked. So I want to get that done as soon as possible because that's going to take some time. And then I'd like to pull the dash out, get this harness out, try to get as much stuff out of the engine bay as I can so that we can start prepping that for paint. And I don't know, we also got to like drop out the front subframe when we prep it and all that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed that video. As you can see, we actually are getting like a decent amount accomplished. But yeah, that's ready to go back in. I'm really happy how this looks. So yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, go down and press the red subscribe button. If you enjoyed, go press the like button, you know, whatever. That's going to be it. Thank you for watching, and remember, bros, keep moving backwards.